Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Mike Francesa podcast, part of the Bet Rivers Network. We join you after game one, finally, game one of the NBA Finals. Everyone has waited a very long time for this, and the ride continues as the Knicks, on what was a tough evening, okay? Both teams struggled. Both teams saw leads dissipate. Okay, both teams had times when they had a lot of trouble putting the ball in the basket. But the Knicks, down 14 in the third quarter, got a big lift from Bridges and Shamet and Towns, who I thought had a great game for him tonight, an absolutely great game. Um, and were able to chip that away. And then obviously went into the fourth quarter with the game tied 86-86, 7 minutes left. This timeout. Now I'm wondering about a Wemby rest, but I wrote myself a note right there that said, if Wemby leaves the game here, which I thought they would try to steal a couple of minutes. I said Brunson's going to score every time Wemby's off the floor. That's the thing. That's the thing you noticed in this game is once Wemby's off the floor, once he's not a presence in there, and he's an enormous presence on defense. I'll get to his offensive issues tonight, which were many. He had an offensive nightmare, okay? But defensively, when he's off the floor, and everyone talks about the Knicks having to win those minutes, they can't contain Brunson. He gets in the paint, he gets to the line, 88-86, 90-86 off 2 free throws. And then he runs Brunson back into the game now with 5 and change in the game. And Brunson gets another basket because Wemby can't get down court fast enough to get back. And now he scores 6 points in a row on the way to the Knicks getting an opening there, a cushion there, and getting a lead there. And then San Antonio comes back with Wemby making the only really good plays he made, I think, in the game offensively all night. I know he hit a couple of threes, but he took 9. I don't want him out there. He's doing you a favor when he's out there. Okay? They actually got the lead back 95-94, and then the Knicks answered. And they did it the way they've done it all along, getting offensive rebounds, getting loose balls, turning over the Spurs, and then getting Brunson to make a clutch shot. He did have 13 points in the fourth quarter. Now, remember, he gave it tonight and he took it away. Okay? To me, he took a lot of bad shots. I don't need him taking 31 shots. I don't want him taking 31 shots. I know he scored 13 in the fourth quarter. He's always going to be aggressive in the fourth quarter. That's who he is. That's how they're designed to play. That's who he is. Okay? We know that. And he's going to be a much different offensive player when Wemby's off the floor because Wemby's going to interfere with a lot of the stuff he does. But he when he's clear enough that he doesn't have Wemby on his mind and he's outside the paint, that's where he's going to knock down a clutch shot because that's who he is. Okay, that's what he does. He knocks down clutch shots. Bridges with 2 big free throws. 2 big free throws there. I mean, he can be forgotten for a long time and still come up with a big play. And Nobi came up with some big plays in the fourth quarter offensively, really big plays in the fourth quarter. Give Shamet credit for another really good game. I mean, he has become some kind of factor for this team. 13 points. Shamet played 33 minutes in this game. We talked about what kind of factor he was going to be. 3 for 6 from 3, made big plays, made big baskets, and they got, I thought, a gutty, a terrific, really a tremendous game out of Towns. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, okay? The only thing Towns didn't do tonight is he didn't hit any threes. Other than that, he did everything. He played great defense on Wemby. He attacked him. He killed them off the pick and roll. He had a tremendous ball game with 18, 12, and 4. To me, hero of the game. I understand Brunson scores 30, but he took 31 shots, had 4 turnovers. Yes, he's going to be clutch. I understand that. But there also was a 4-minute period where they came back and took the lead from the 6-minute mark to the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter, and he missed about 4 or 5 shots in a row. And it was a hustle play that got him that look, that gave him that big 3 that put them back up 2 to stay. Listen, we know he's clutch. We know he's gonna make open shots in the fourth quarter if he gets a chance. That's who he is. Now, why did the Knicks win this game? Why did they come from 14 back? Because they showed the poise, the experience, and the versatility. The reason I like the Knicks in this series, and I still expect this to be a long series, I still expect to see a game 6 in this series. I told you that from the beginning. I think the Spurs will bounce back. They have to make adjustments. There are more adjustments made after game 1 of a 7-game series than any other game. The adjustments will be made. The Spurs, who got a great first half out of Harper and an unconscious first half out of Champagny, who did not do anything in the second half. He was 5 for 6 from 3, and he wound up 5 for 10 from 3. Spurs hurt them on the offensive glass. They had 14. Their guards got offensive rebounds. Their guards are big. They had 2 guys tonight that I thought really hurt them dramatically. Number 1, Wemby was awful offensively. First of all, Wemby was not aggressive offensively. He got pushed around offensively. He got pushed around by Towns. He got pushed around. People took ball out of his hands. Plus, why does he want at 7'4" to originate his offense 25 feet from the basket in the middle of the floor? Who is he? Marcus Haynes? Bob Cousy? I mean, what is he? Pistol Pete? What is he trying to do? He got the ball knocked out of his hands so many times it was ridiculous. What is the coach looking at? You want him to originate offense by putting the ball on the floor in the middle of the floor with 3 guys swiping at it when you're 7'4"? Are you telling me that they were happy with him lurking on the perimeter the entire game? All right, he made a couple of drives late. You know what? He did nothing in this game offensively. He had 3 offensive rebounds. He got to the foul line. That was it. He made 12 of 13 free throws. He went 6 for 21 from the floor. He took 9 threes. I don't want him if I'm the Spurs taking 9 threes. I want him to go down and act like a big man and go down in the low post and play basketball. He's 7'4". He can make a bank shot. He can make a turnaround. He can make a spin. Take the ball to the basket. Dunk it. He was dreadful offensively tonight. I don't expect you will see that again. I think you will see a very different Wembanyama. I understand he had 26 points. He was awful offensively. So was Fox. Fox was 3 for 13 from the floor. He couldn't make a big shot. He couldn't make a 3. He really hurt them, and they need his experience because they're going to look to him. Castle's a fearless player. Even at a very young age, he's a fearless player. He had 17 points and 8 rebounds. You know what? The guy's a player. He's a baby. He plays defense. He gets in people's faces. He goes to the basket. He plays with an edge. He's going to be a tremendous player. There's no question about it. So is Harper, who's a wonderful offensive player, but they got nothing out of Harper in the second half. They got nothing out of Champagny in the second half. They showed no poise in the second half. They took bad shots in the second half. They took rushed shots in the second half. Wembanyama was never where he was supposed to be. They had no flow in their offense in the second half. And the Knicks turned the ball over once in the second half. One time. The reason I like the Knicks in this series was for what you saw tonight. They have Brunson. They have Towns. They have OG. They have Bridges. They have Shamit. They have guys who can answer the call offensively with versatility. They can score inside. They can cut and go to the basket. They can go and make an offensive play. They can keep a ball alive. They can do all the little things and do it with an experience and with a tenacity. Now, I told you this was not a normal game one, and it's not, and it's a very dangerous time for the Spurs because I thought more than any series as far as the final goes that I've seen in a long time that this was a more pivotal game one because of the run the Knicks are on. And the fact that the Spurs let the Knicks come from 14 down in the third quarter and then get behind again and come back and win the game at the end of the game and show poise and make the shots and make the plays at the end of the game shows the run the Knicks are on is continuing. The Knicks are playing right now with the confidence, with the tenacity, with the cohesiveness that is unusual. And the Spurs did nothing in the second half of this game to knock that out of the Knicks. And that's what they had to do tonight. In my estimation, if I were the coach, that's the message I would have sent. We have to knock that swagger that they have right now from all these victories in a row, from all the things they've done in a row, from all the threes they've hit and all the shots they hit. You see, right now they think if they have a shot, they're going to make it. They think if they have to make a play, they're going to make it. They think if they have to make a free throw, they're going to make it because they've done it again and again and again and again. And confidence builds in players and teams that way. And the Knicks have that right now, and they have it in piles. And that is going to make this a very, very tough series for the Spurs and their big man, who's going to catch criticism off this game. And Fox is going to catch criticism off this game, and their head coach is going to catch criticism off this game, and they should. And they're going to come out a different team. But if they think that they are gonna knock the swagger out of the Knicks, it's not gonna happen now. Even if they win game 2, they are not gonna knock that swagger. The Knicks are gonna carry that back to New York now because of what happened here in game 1. The Knicks have already accomplished what had to be accomplished in these first 2 games. I understand you want the second game. I understand you wanna win this, going away. I understand that. And you know what? Considering how many games the Knicks have won in a row and how well they've played, why wouldn't you think that way? They have more answers. The Knicks did the smart thing tonight. The Spurs wanted to play fast, fine. The Knicks didn't need to play fast. They needed just to play smart because they can execute and they have a versatility in their game, inside, out, the ability to score, have guys score in multiple ways, have multiple different guys score, have different guys get hot. Think of how many guys tonight made a big shot. McBride made a big shot. All right, it was a bank shot at the end of the quarter. All right, listen, sometimes you get lucky. Shamit, big play after big play. I mean, tonight again, 13 points off the bench. Hart, I understand. He was 0 for 3 from 3 and 1 for 5, and he scored 3 measly points. The guy was plus 22, and he had 15 rebounds and 6 assists. 15 rebounds and 6 assists, plus 4 steals. Kept balls alive, made the plays, and right now, what they have is a group of players going right from Brunson and Towns to OG and Bridges to Hart to Shamet to McBride to Robinson to Alvarado. They all believe so fervently in what they're doing. They are a connection right now. They are a unit. And when a basketball team gets like that, it is very hard to beat. And when you throw in the experience and the inexperience that you saw time and again from the Spurs, who are extremely erratic. That's why I kept telling everybody the Thunder would be a much harder matchup, even with the injuries for the Knicks, with the matchups, with their execution. They couldn't handle Wemby. He's their kryptonite because he stops their offense cold. Nothing else in that league stops their offense at all. But the Spurs are an erratic offensive team with a young, great player who tonight played like a novice on offense. Played like a novice. What is he doing out there the entire game? What is he trying to do, trying to take multiple players off the dribble in the middle of the floor, 25 feet from the basket? And who wants him shooting 9 threes? The Knicks do. I'm shaking my head saying, "Are we serious watching this guy at 7'4" playing this way?" But if you're a Knicks fan, you don't care about any of that. What you care about is you believe this team is gonna find a way, and you know what? They keep showing you that they can do it, that they can find a way. And tonight, it wasn't easy. When they took over the game in the 4th quarter, San Antonio came flying back and took the lead 95-94 on the Wemby foul shot. Now, one thing about him, hey, Wemby shoots free throws like, like a point guard. I mean, the guy, he don't miss any free throws. He missed one. He's 12 or 13. But when you have a guy who's 7'4", he's 12 or 13 from the foul line. Jeez. You want to get him to the line all night. Well, put him in the low box. Not only you foul everybody out, you put him on the line all night. Not dancing around, turning the ball over 6 times and shooting 9 threes. Turning the ball over 6 times, shooting 9 threes? Are you serious? What is he, a frustrated point guard? I know what he is defensively. As I told you when we broke down the series, I said his defense is what makes him great right now, not his offense. His offense doesn't scare me that much. It's still in a primitive state. It's erratic. And his coaches got to get on him about how to play. And they, as a young team, with a certain kind of player, they have a big guard player. And Fox gave them nothing tonight. He gave them no direction. He gave them nothing. Gave them nothing. If Fox had played that way in Game 7, they wouldn't have beaten the Thunder. They wouldn't have beaten the Thunder. If Champagne had played that way in the second half against the Thunder in Game 7, they wouldn't have beaten the Thunder. They didn't play that way. They were awful tonight in the second half. And they played with a lack of sophistication. They played with a lack of experience, and they let the game get away from them. And the Knicks' experience and the Knicks' versatility and their multiple offensive answers were the difference in this game. Absolutely the difference in this game. Spurs shot 25% from 3. They made 2 threes in 19 attempts in the second half. 2 for 19. They shot 36% for the game. Knicks shot 41.5. Knicks shot 30 from 3. Knicks missed a lot of shots tonight. Let's be honest, Brunson missed a million shots tonight. A million shots. He took 31 shots. It's too many. It's too many. But obviously, he is a performer who will make big shots, and he did again tonight. He had the flurry when Wemby went out of the game at 86-86. That gave them a 92-86 lead. A 94-86 lead, rather. He actually, did the whole thing. And then he made the big three off the offensive rebound, keeping the ball alive, getting the ball kicked back to him, made the shot. And then Bridges made the 2 free throws. And then he made the icer. Big win. Hey, now they have to win at the Garden. You know that. They have to win at the Garden. Now, the Knicks, we know, are good, really good on the road, and they're not always wonderful at the Garden. So we know they can be beat at the Garden. So that's not the reason that's that big an issue in the series. I don't think home court, I said before the series started, I didn't think home court would be that big a factor in the series. I don't think it will be. I think either team's capable of winning on the other floor, and our Knicks have already proved that. But what the Knicks did tonight was they kept alive what has been feeding them, what has been driving them, what has been melding them. Again, nobody has put a hole in that. Nobody has put any doubt in that. And the Spurs didn't put any doubt in it again tonight. And I'll tell you, I was watching the game with Harrison, and I said to him, I said, Brunson's going to come out with Wemby off the floor and go on a flurry here, and the Knicks are going to take control of the game. The only thing that surprised me was the way San Antonio came back. I thought at 94-86 game was over. I was surprised the Knicks gave up the lead. And then they out-executed them again down the stretch in the last 2 minutes after the Spurs got their run. And Wemby made a couple of big plays he should have been making the entire game, going to the basket and getting fouled on a lob, driving the ball and getting a conventional three-point play. Those are the things that he needed to be doing the entire game, not sitting out there 30 feet from the basket, dribbling the ball to get it stolen and taking long threes. I expect you'll see a very different Wemby offensively in game 2. But for Knicks fans, one up, one down. And one thing very, very clear. This Knicks team has gotten very, very used to winning. And winning is a habit. Just like losing is and can be for years and years and years and years. Winning is a habit. And this team's got the habit right now. See you later.